So, for the sixth time, your man Charleston White is in custody as an adult. Not a youth offender, but as an adult. Check this out. So right here, he has ag assault with a deadly weapon and ag assault with a deadly weapon. Now, if you check out the date, because there were a couple of people, pardon me, that were questioning whether this was real or not. No, it's real because the date is February 18th, 2025. So Charleston White going down on Black History Month. I mean, ain't that one of the most Charleston White things that you could do? And I'm not laughing at the man, but I want y'all to check this out real quick. He also has a history of mugshots. See right here? Then another one right here. Added with another one right here. Are we done yet? No. Dreadhead Charleston White, man. And then Charleston White with the fade, man. Let's get back into it, all right? Now, there was a clip that Gilly has said, and I thought it was ultra important because this right here stood out to me a lot and really is the premise of this video. Check it out.
When I ask you, what do you know him for? You don't even know. You know him for disrespecting niggas that's known. You ain't putting the work in out here. You ain't did nothing. You got on the internet at 40-some years old, a nigga that had nothing going on.
But I always tell people all the time, whether I like you, dislike you, it does not matter. The truth will rely within Seti Nash. It does not matter if I really, 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 really dislike you. The truth is the truth. And the truth of the matter is, Charleston White, you've lost yourself. And hopefully you watch this video. There's no malice in my heart for you. But check this out.
Your uncle who sell drugs, everybody loving on him, and you know he got money, but the uncle who go to work, he don't get no love. The uncle, that's who everybody loves. So as a kid, that's who you gravitate to, and that's who you seek to become, is the one you see your family up there. And that's usually the uncle who got more access to the kid's mind and eyes. So that's the one with the sagging pants. That's the one coming home from prison, staying at grandmama house, because his grandmama oldest son or baby son. This your brother, so your kids have access to him. And he's probably one of the most negative men in the family. But he's gonna have daily access to the kid by way of grandmama. And he at grandmama house, so they go get to see him count the money. I got to see Uncle Wayne whoop them. I used to wake up in the middle of the night, man, and women be hollering. And my mama at the door saying, Wayne, stop. And he ended up beating him, but he was a woman beater. Just think about that. No child is born bad.
Nah. So it wasn't until I got grown that I realized that rappers aren't really gangster. Paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention, checkmate.
My message, despite what y'all see online, it's like my family, that no child was born bad. I was a kid that they would always say, he bad. And that's a label that most black families can identify when they got an ambitious child.
Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh?
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
As a volunteer chaplain at the adult parole office, speaking to all newly released inmates, offenders that are coming back to the Tarrant County area, pretty much giving them some knowledge and some information about going back to school and pursuing some type of trade, education, or skill. My vision is to share my story with young people in hopes of making a positive impact on their lives. I believe my message, as well as the people that's connected to my organization, as far as my colleagues, have some very powerful stories of redemption, because we all grew up in a system. We all committed very serious crimes as teenagers, and right now today we're living pro-social and productive lives, and I think it's a great example for young people. Secondly, I believe our message gives hope to staff members, juvenile workers, school teacher, probation officer, parole officers, because many of us, especially include myself, was considered one of the worst juveniles in the state of Texas based on my behavior. And I was considered one of the ones who would end up in prison or probably be dead by the time I was 25, and I was able to beat those odds based on some of the staff members, based on the programs, based on some of the probation officers that I interacted with and ran across as a juvenile. One of the unique things about hype is we have a whole group of men who have been incarcerated from the time that they was kids until now, and have been raised by the state of Texas, who grew up in a juvenile system and went on to grow up in an adult prison system. I've been out about 17 years. I don't have any felony convictions, nor have I been inside of the adult prison system. I decided to put Hype together. Hype was founded back in 2012, May of 2012 to be exact. I decided to put Hype together because a lot of my friends from childhood had went on to prison to do 19, 20, 21, 22 years from a decision that they made as a teenager, as a child. And a lot of them began to come home in 2012, 2013, as well as 2014, some this year. And that inspired me. They gave me the inspiration and a vision to detail all our lives and put it into a package and go out with a message to give hope and inspiration to the young people who may be at risk at becoming juvenile offenders, as well as giving hope and inspiration to juvenile offenders, and just as well as young people, teens, the parents, their families, victims' families, our victims' family, as well as giving some sort of hope and encouragement and morale boost to those who work with youth or who work with juvenile offenders, because I personally believe, it's my belief, that our juvenile correctional officers are our last line of defense for society before these young children or these young teens enter back into society, back into our communities. So I put together this organization, and I believe it's powerful. I believe we can make a powerful impact on young people's lives because we've once sat in their shoes. We understand where they come from, and we're an example of how you can change your life once you make the mind up to start changing how you think, because your thinking is what dictates your actions. So that's how we started Hype. You can give us a call at 817-477-7815. My email address is cjwhite@txwes.edu. We'll be more than happy to come out to your schools, to your youth organizations, to any juvenile institutions, and sharing our story in hopes of making a positive impact on those who hear it. We have a movement, alive and free, raised by the state. Loyalty is everything. Hyped about Hype. We partner with a lot of our community organizations, a lot of our churches. So we're very active in the community, as well as inside and outside of the justice system. So that's it. I look forward to hearing back from you guys, as well as working with you and your youth. And that's it. I'm hyped about Hype. Y'all be blessed.
Now, I'm unaware of Charleston White's finances, what he does with his finances, his ostentatious lifestyle, whether it's real or whether it's fake. None of that matters to me at all. Zero. I would just ask Charleston White, where's the message and the imaging at? Because no matter what, Charleston White has put himself in a very good position on YouTube to reap thousands of dollars a month just from speaking on things. And I wonder if the message has gotten so small and the impact has gotten smaller that times like this, can he reflect on himself? You can't keep getting away with what you're getting away with. You can't keep putting yourself in situations and thinking that situations will start to become auspicious and then inauspicious. It just is what it is. So there's no way that Charleston White keeps on hitting these problems in his 50s and thinking to himself he's going to get away with it. It's not going to happen. This instance, I'm going to say it this way. I believe this ag assault that happened more than likely stems from the ag assault that he had prior. That's what I believe. Maybe he had a violation or something like that and everything. He going to bond out. He'll be back talking and, he'll say whatever about the judge and all of this crap and everything like that. And we fully will accept what he says because there's no need to lie to us about anything. But I wonder, as a person who will point out the flaws of individuals, as a person who will point out the flaws and criticize openly with such vitriol of individuals, as a person who will point out the flaws and come with such vitriol about the reasons as to why, and then question the mentality, question the environment, question the heart of people, question their morality, question all of these things, you had to hold yourself accountable with certain questions. I ain't got no shade for you. I get what you're trying to do. I didn't crash out when I met you. Added, I did give somebody my word that I wouldn't, and I didn't like the fact that somebody that I consider family jumped in and embraced you and hugged you and everything like that. But them be the breaks. So regardless of anything, Charleston White, you've lost the messaging. You said, hey, when people weren't listening to me, so question the heart. Question the heart, bruh. I tell men this all the time because I believe men are some of the most scariest creatures when it comes to being vulnerable to a woman. Bruh, if you went in there with good intent, the results should not matter. It's all about what you did it for. Ergo, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. The messaging. What were you doing it for? Were you really doing it to help the youth? Okay, so where's all the promo about hype? Where's all the events? Where are all the, we don't say parades, but where are the giveaways? Where are all this stuff? Nobody gonna come through there and mess it up. You can team with the police. Hell, the event we did for Christmas and Thanksgiving, that had police officers there. And private security. Jump at it if you want to. So it's these things that people would like to see more of. And this may seem like a pro Charleston White video. Who would have thunk it? But none of that stuff matters. The messaging, the message, the image, the material things have lost you. And maybe he comes out and says, you know what? F all that, I'm still going to continue to do what I do and I don't care and all this stuff and burn out. It's possible. He may see this as a small window, and when it's all said and done, he can get back to what he used to do. Who knows? But I would just think that if you were such this person and this messaging individual, and you were this image of a second chance, this image of save the youth, this image of intellect in a way that captivates millions of individuals, if not per hundreds of thousands with each video that you speak, that somehow you can get self-reflective and inspire your own self. But like he said, he plays a character online, so it is what it is. I don't wish jail on nobody unless you taking it from people, you harming people who can't defend themselves, or you hurt animals. It just is what it is. We're not talking about the legal way. And I'm definitely not one of those individuals who about to sit up here and act as though I'm a street cat and then be happy that somebody like that is off the streets, because Charleston White ain't harming nobody. y'all do realize that, right? Charleston White ain't harming anybody. He's harming himself, which may be worse because ultimately he's harming his family. But like I said, this could just purely be a freaking violation, which I think it is more than likely, of something that hadn't been dropped, and essentially he violated, which they gonna throw you in jail for. So he'll get a bond and probably be out within an hour or two. It is snowing out there, so I don't know how soon that'll be. But yeah, man. If anything, man, I won't say I feel sad for you or bad for you, because I don't. It wouldn't be telling the truth. But I do believe that your messaging, you got to get back to it. Me, I'm trying to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Not necessarily his messaging. I want to be more hands-on and see if the visionaries can help us push a greater vision. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this one, man. Like I said, I'm not here to bash the man while he's down, but I do hope that there's a bit of self-reflection that exists in this. And if it isn't, it just isn't. And we'll watch him crash and burn, unfortunately, and he'll be a walking story of what if.